Oh boy, this is gonna be something. That's for sure. So yeah, I'm Sui. I'm joined by Drankenshu and Jan Mumrik, friends who actually helped me route this like in 2016 when I discovered clipping in this game. But I guess I'll be able to talk about it a bit more later because we have like a lot of cutscenes to go through, and probably we're gonna run out of things to talk about. So get ready on time. We're gonna be playing on Recruit. So time starts in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Uh, so this is Crysis 2. It's kind of an, to some extent, infamous sequel to Crysis, as in it is a game that was mostly targeting consoles. And it has a lot of unskippable cutscenes where the entire idea actually came up for when I was thinking about how to what to put in as a donation incentive. That maybe I can get some friends to actually do runs during cutscenes of Crysis 2, and that's where we are. As in, we're gonna have like 3 more games during cutscenes that are entirely unskippable. Um, Normally, a time would start in on the first input, which is when the game asks you to move a camera. So actually, it's like a minute, 3 seconds, and 500 milliseconds after loading. So right about now. But obviously, for the marathon, to make it a bit easier, we started the time straight away. Well, we're playing as Alcatraz. We don't have any nanosuit yet. We're going to be able to obtain it soon. We are part of Marines. We're getting sent to New York to essentially investigate, help with handle a situation with some kind of virus that's happening in New York. And that's pretty much it. For now, we're waiting for things to go bad. They will right about now. And now we have to evacuate. And just like a lot of games at that time, especially with Call of Duty, which this game definitely is inspired by, or at least took some clues from, there is a lot of these cinematic, overblown cutscenes where things go really bad and a lot of like drama happening. So first, there is a quick time event in here. Well, quick time event. Essentially, like you have to do one input and then you just wait. And we're gonna be evacuating from this boat. But first, there's going to be a bunch of troops that have to come in front of us, and then I'll be able to swim. Come on. So I can get actually stuck in here on the right side and on the left side. Hopefully I won't.
I didn't know that.
I mean, you lose like, 2 seconds or so to get yourself unstuck, but since it's so early into a run, you often reset. I mean, classic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and now we wait. We wait for this level to finish, and then we're gonna be waiting for a cutscene to finish playing. I was initially thinking about introducing a donation incentive in here, but I think we have that mostly sorted at this point. I guess I can talk about like how the entire idea of what actually sparked the entire idea of routing this, because it happened on New Year's Eve of 2016, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Essentially, like I was spending my New Year's Eve pretty much alone, and I was thinking like, oh yeah, maybe I should try and pick up a game that that isn't exactly routed and see if I can break it, because I had plenty of time back then, not like nowadays, sadly. And essentially, like, it was a bit odd because if I remember correctly, Crysis 2 or Crysis 3 was already out. Crysis 1 already had a really pretty good run with flying. So, like I started playing the game and I got to Sudden Impact, which is the third level. And suddenly I thought like, oh yeah, why shouldn't I try like using this trash bin around near this fence and maybe something will happen. And suddenly like, oh yeah, you can clip in this game. How has nobody figured this out over like 5 years from the release of this game? I was extremely surprised. And since
the thing on 3 already at that point. I think 3 had clipping, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think 3 had already clipping at that point. And that was just so odd. Oh, it is.
That can't be. Gold scouting.
So right after that, I just started. I had my Discord channel where Discord server where we just pick random games and try to figure out a route for them. And then I just started posting a few clips of a few videos, and then obviously like Shoe joined, Murik joined, then also Havard, and just the time keep on like the run was keep on getting shorter and shorter. I think at the end we had, I'm sure, like 6 people working on this.
Yeah, for a while, I think something like 6 or 7.
Yeah, like I know there was like a gap between like we got a game to a point, and then I think Corpse started running, and after the Corpse started running, we got a few more optimizations found to make this run shorter. I think in 2017, and from what I've seen, the run hasn't changed all that much since then. As far as the story, well,
This is all I can do.
this is the part where you're getting a suit. Prophet, which is a character from the first game, actually explains to some extent that he's infected and he's going to die. So he decides to put us in his suit and then sadly kill himself. So there's going to be a bit of a warning for people, but there's going to be a short sequence where he shoots himself in the head. There's not going to be much blood, but you might, if you were going through some bad things in life, then you might want to look away for a moment.
It won't let me go that easily.
Gonna be in like 5 seconds, somewhere around that, after he finishes.
Gave you my life. Promise.
And after that, we're just gonna start the run. So
All I can do now.
here is the scene.
They used to call me Prophet. Remember me.
And now we start the run. So I'm gonna break this padlock and go in here. This is a tutorial level. It has a lot of awful scripting, but thankfully we figured out a way that we can just clip ourselves here, and I think that isn't going to work. And then we can do a fast swimming glitch, which is if you use an H key, which is for purchasing additional upgrades to your suit, and look you press right mouse button, so use your iron sights, then you can use sprint in water and not use any energy. And this way we're going to skip quite a bit of this level, which normally would take a really long time. Sadly, getting out of the water is going to be a bit problematic. There's 2 ways to get out of it. I'm using the older one. I've seen some runners actually use a newer one, which is, I guess, requires more skill, which I just didn't want to learn, and I think it's a bit less safe for a marathon. A lot of the teams with this game is body horror related, because that's essentially what Seth do in this game now. So that was the first level. Then we move to Sudden Impact, which is the third level. in the game. We're going to be well, there's gonna be a bit of a one of these bombastic cutscenes happening, and it's gonna be very loud. I guess it's worth pointing out that from this point on, I have cloak and armor unlocked. Actually, I'm not sure if armor is unlocked. I think it is. It is.
Yeah,
It is. And I'm going to be using cloak when I'm sprinting because it uses a bit less energy, and it's also supposedly makes me a bit faster. It's not like a massive difference, but it is definitely something that that's worth doing over the entire run. Here I'm going to be risking it a bit by trying to perform a clip. So we'll see how this works out. Okay, there we go. These clips are actually very easy to do. Way more easy than something like Deus Ex Human Revolution, which I have done a run of on ESA in winter of 2024, I think. And this is going to be the clip that I have first discovered and pretty much which sparked the entire rerouting of this game.
Well, this is also pretty much glitchless, right?
Hmm?
Before this
Yeah,
was
yes.
pretty much glitchless.
Before this it was pretty much glitchless. I think the world record around that point was 2 hours 50. So we managed to cut like well, with a decent run, an hour and 10. We also moved to using a no-loads timer because, well, it's PC
Also
gaming, so
consistent.
so consistency with timing is great. I managed to screw this one up. Oh, well. So I need a bit of energy in here to get to a trigger, which is going to activate small slow walking section. And then we're gonna be moving to the next level, which is I think road rage.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a vehicle.
Yeah, we're gonna be skipping the entire vehicle section. It is going to take quite a while as well for us to get to our destination. So I'm going to go actually. Cloak is kind of useless at this point. I'm going to go in here, going to pick up my ammo and reload. I cannot pick up an item yet. Now I can, and I'm gonna clip. And then I'm going to be swimming all the way to the end of a level, pretty much. And I think I've heard the detonation sound, so
Yes.
if you want to read it, then... Oh. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I don't...
You are on for the runners.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe muted on tech, maybe.
Hello, Tech.
Yeah,
be honest.
I mean, anyways, we're just swimming on towards the end of the level.
To be honest, this entire donation incentive is... Oh. No? Oh,
Yeah,
no.
well, I think you cannot be heard by chat as well.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Well, don't worry, there will be opportunities to read donations during this run.
Quite a lot of them. Well, yeah,
Coming up towards the end of the level here.
yes, so normally we would use APC to get out of here, but instead I'm just going to jump and hopefully that will clip me inside. There we go, easy enough.
I only knew that strat with the car.
Yeah, it's a bit shorter. And then there's going to be a soldier that is kindly going to open up a door for me. And I'm just going to walk in. Oh, he also shot me. Oh. So now there's gonna be a level called Labrats. We tried really hard to find a skip
Yep.
for this level.
I spent way too much time on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, sadly, not much has come out of it, but thankfully we managed to skip the worst part of this level. There we go, and then
Yeah, this level is basically just a really slow fight.
yeah, I mean it's not that long. There's gonna be power out, which is probably the longest fight that is forced onto a player. So I'm gonna be picking up this machine gun and I'm gonna be bringing it upstairs. There is different strats to do this fight. I find this one to be the most consistent and the easiest, the most marathon safe. So Gould is essentially kind of a conspiracy nut that is somehow working with well, what remains in the city. And we're going to be destroying a server rack for reasons. After this, the helicopter should start bombing. I want to get rid of these two enemies and also shoot the window. Okay, this one, and there's going to be a helicopter that I want to get rid of. It's gonna be 3 phases. So this is gonna be the first one. So that was the first one. Now I'm gonna be dropping my machine gun. I'm gonna be picking up a shotgun to kill 2 soldiers in the elevator. Okay, they're dead. Now I'm gonna be picking up again my machine gun and killing at least a soldier, if not 2, on the roof. And then gonna run to the other side to shoot down another guy that is on the that is a gunner on the helicopter. There we go. So now I'm gonna try and set up a clip for later by dropping this tank in here. Where did I leave my other heavy machine gun? And then sometimes there's someone who can get out of the elevator as well. So what we're waiting for now is there's going to be an enemy that can drop a rocket launcher. And this level is scripted in a way... Thank you. This level is scripted in a way where if you want to... Well, the helicopter isn't going to come until I pick up a rocket launcher. And now I can clip myself out. And I have to destroy a helicopter which is going to crash into a building and create a passage to the other side. So waiting for the helicopter to get into position. There we go. And then it's gonna crash. I'm gonna switch a weapon. There we go. And we're gonna run to the Gould's apartment, which is on the other side. There's going to be 4 enemies. I'm going to be getting rid of 3 of them.
Thank God. Listen, I'm sending coordinates to the suit. It's not far. I've got a cradle set up here too.
So that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. I'm gonna leave the last one. Open up the door, pick up trash bin 1 and trash bin 2. Throw it in there, throw it in there, and activate a trigger in here, which is going to call the elevator. And then I'm gonna clip this one, and then I'm gonna clip myself. There we go, and then I'm gonna set this one up in here. How about like... Okay, that looks good. There is a sound cue that I was listening for, and there we go, we're on top of the elevator. And that's going to skip like 7 minutes long cutscene. So that is a massive skip, and I think Harvard found this one.
Yes. Yeah, this one was huge.
Yeah, unless... Yeah.
Yeah, you're just supposed to meet up with Ghoul here and listen to his yapping for a long time.
Yep.
Yeah, and there is a trigger that's going to put us inbounds in here in a cutscene. And with this, we're finishing this level. And we're going to be proceeding to... yeah, I don't remember the name of the level. But it's going to be 2 more levels, and then there's going to be a first game, a first short game. And the cutscene that we're going to have on Dead Man Walking is going to be 7.5 minutes long, and it's going to be sadly completely unskippable. So, yeah, they gatekeepers. Okay. Oh, that's an interesting animation. I haven't seen that. This game.
Yep.
I'll see if I can help you bypass the
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay, how is this? Can the crowd hear me now?
Let's go.
All right. We definitely didn't have any tech issues, which have now been solved. So let's get through some donations. We have $30 from Lurven. The message reads, let's get this cutscene meme going, contributing to our cutscene speedruns during Crysis 2, as well as picking the pink skin choice for Vengeance Hunters. Thank you so much for that. And the donation that completed our incentive. Thank you very much to our very own Drunken Shoe for the $150. The message reads, let's have some fun during boring cutscenes in these graveyard hours. I heckin' love SpeedFam.
Yeah.
And SpeedFam heckin' loves you too. Thank you so much for that. We also have, in case you're not aware, a new target opened. Later on this morning, we'll be having our final Theatre Rhythm Final Bar Line showcase. There is a $1,000 incentive for the One Winged Angel bonus song. And if you are donating any amount at all, no matter how big, no matter how small, you can add that to it just by clicking on the Targets tab on the right on the Tiltify page. We have $56 from Nipita. The message simply reads, good luck, Sui.
Thanks.
And they have snagged themselves a Drippy Goose Burt shirt with that. So look out for your code in your emails. And thank you so much for the donation.
Aris, can you get in here now? It would be nice if you set up now. In the meantime, I'm gonna try and clip through this. This is one instance where you just clip yourself by just wiggling your mouse left and right. And now I have to navigate this blindly.
Hello, am I live?
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, hello.
How is audio on your game? Well, we're gonna have a cutscene in like a minute or so, or
Yes.
even less so, depending on how fast this goes.
Could we move this camera? There's like so much space next to Maverick and I need to be like this. Hello?
I mean, you can play like that, no?
No.
Okay, so
Yeah, but I'm playing now. Okay, thanks.
so cutscene is gonna be in a moment. I'm gonna tell you when.
Well, when does Rich I play?
Yeah.
So.
I just have to clip myself in here and then activate the trigger. And there's the cutscene. So you can switch to Aris now.
Yes. No. Or
No.
yes, I guess.
yeah,
Oh,
there-
yes.
there we go.
Perfect. Cool.
Works.
Hello. So if I had $1 for every time I needed to sub in for unintended chaos getting sick, I would have $2. Which is crazy that she just keeps getting ill. I learned this category from unintended chaos 2 hours ago.
Cool.
I can't
Yeah.
hear the game, neither can anyone else, but that's okay. So this is Yana. I'm sure you guys can commentate this too, by the way. Like,
Maybe, potentially. I don't know.
I've seen this around many times, but
Yeah.
yeah,
haven't learned it yet.
don't.
Elephant can dash over gaps sometimes.
You don't have any game audio? That's crazy. Okay, well, we'll just acapella it. Yeah.
Can you make like a
PlayStation 4. Ah, dude. Sorry. Okay, well, too bad. Next run. I'm not having out. I don't have the time. Yeah. So I'm not. Yeah.
Yes.
Speedrunner fallacy.
Oh,
way.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
That is the hardest skip of the run.
So this is any percent, right?
This is any percent,
Okay.
yeah, which means that we skip like everything and we go backwards. This game is super broken, but it's actually kind of worth playing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Even okay, I say it's worth playing casually. I have no idea. I have never played it casually, but the run is pretty cool. But you need a controller.
Do you now?
Oh, someone's asking.
Yeah.
The elephant game is Yono and the Celestial Elephant.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, I
You
forgot.
should
to
have.
mention. I should have started. I should have led with that.
Probably should include that.
Thank
So-
you.
So
The screen on the right is not Crysis 2, by the way.
no. So here I'm gonna save, and then I'm gonna load dash. Oh, first try, crazy.
Oh,
Then that works because
magic.
this game is vibe coded. Is that the meme now? Like.
This is going to be your PB.
Yeah.
Seems like.
Straight to speedrun.com.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, I mean, it has like cool tech, but it's also super unforgiving, and it soft locks like,
Oh yeah.
I can't say it, but it
Like
soft
crazy?
locks. Here.
It soft looks like
crazy.
an elephant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have to talk about the elephant in the room.
What's the elephant in the room? Oh, this. Yes, thanks. I
Yeah.
thought something was happening in Crysis. I was like, oh, content? No, need. I'm gonna save here. That's gonna be a secret tool that's gonna come useful later. Whatever Mickey Mouse says in the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. You're all too old to know that anyway.
Wow.
Yeah.
So rude.
Do you know the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Still rude.
yeah. Also, shout out to Nintendo Chaos. Good friend of mine. Okay, so I have so much time, dude. I nailed this. So the boss, like I'm pointing at the screen, like you can see. The boss trigger is like there in front of me.
Yes.
The game doesn't have a flag for the boss fight completion, only for the boss fight starting, because it assumes you cannot possibly sequence break.
Yeah. You
So I'm
can-
gonna
yes.
load and then dash into it, and it's like I completed it. And now I need to quit game, start game, latest.
I know the game thinks you finished the run because this
Yeah.
was the exit of the last
And now
dungeon,
we're
and you
walking.
hit the trigger, right? This is how
Yeah.
that works. Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Out of all the okay, venting time. You're my therapist. You Twitch chat. Where am I going? I don't. I don't remember. Oh yeah. Okay.
What did you want to vent about?
So Mirror's Edge, I played well.
Yes.
Mirror's Edge 2D in the Flash game Gauntlet, I played well. This I'm playing well. Modern Warfare, man, like I could have train wrecked anything else and it would have been okay, because it's all like relays and meme stuff. Dude, I had one good submission in this,
Well,
but it was
you just
funny.
played well.
Yeah.
And that's why you're given Yono.
Okay, the tech
Redemption
is
arc.
telling me to get good in and time isn't a thing. Doesn't matter.
It would be time now.
It will be
Yes.
time
All right.
soon. Yeah.
Whatever time you started, subtract that from 27:43.
Oh yeah.
I nailed this, dude. Oh my
Just
god.
submit without retiming yourself.
Yeah, the mods can time me.
Yeah.
No.
It's all right. The VOD will be up, not too long after the run's over.
Yeah, time.
Good. Thanks.
Yeah, that was really
Sick.
solid.
Yeah.
Apart from missing those dashes in the start there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
First
missed the dashes in the
yeah.
start. I
Yeah.
missed the easiest part. Oh,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
Missed
I'm
it.
done.
Yeah,
You
I
can
wa-
go back to the layout.
I watched you like fail all the other things over and over again in the
Practice.
practice, and then now you just aced it.
When do you want me to leave?
I mean,
Now?
I mean,
Whenever you can still sit
Okay.
here while the cutscene is playing.
yeah, it's gonna be still a while.
I can't hear the cutscene, so I'm just.
Well,
Like, be glad.
we are not listening to it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, this cutscene is a bit funny, like in the start because of.
oh yeah, because of
like,
glitching in, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
like
flagging up.
we're entering the area by clipping into it, so no textures are loaded. So the start of the cutscene is a bit looks a bit funky.
Well, technically, in the middle of this cutscene, there is 2 inputs that I have to do. because
Wow.
Alcatraz is sort of going to need some resuscitation, so that's gonna be. My goodness, I hate this cutscene so much, especially that everyone is shooting at me. One more. Okay, there we go, and now we wait.
Uh-huh.
I can't
Yeah.
hear you now. Well, I can see you in 15 minutes or something.
And we needed a longer game. Or we needed Eris not to be so good.
Yeah, time to boot up Modern Warfare.
So there's a
Hello. Oops, sorry.
Welcome back.
there's quite a few soldiers in here, and the cutscene is finally ending. That shouldn't be in here. Normally, if you went the normal way and entered this from the way you're supposed to be entering, oh yeah,
Oh,
there's the
nice gun.
me firing in my finger.
Oh, is
That
the
is
cutscene over?
normal.
Cutscene over?
Yes, the cutscene is over.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye. I'm just gonna keep on firing this because it is a bit more interesting. But yeah, this is on a timer, and normally a lot of the soldiers in here would despawn if I entered the cutscene from the proper place. But since we entered it from the wrong side, a lot of them remained, and they kept on shooting us during a cutscene. But in the cutscene there is essentially no hitbox. Also, there's going to be a tree spawning in here in a moment. There you go.
Yep.
That's the tree. And now I have to get shot by this Cephid in here. Come on. And that finishes the level. And this level starts with a cutscene.
Of course it does.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It introduces Hargreave, I think, from all of the characters, and his ties to the first game that he actually knew, and he operated the entire mission through Lingchan. Sadly, this cutscene is not long enough to put a run in, unless it's Savage. But yeah, maybe you're going to see that later. Hopefully, we're gonna have audio for Savage because that's very important for Savage.
It's like
Yeah.
basically the point of that run. Yes.
Yeah, you can.
Fire away.
Yeah.
Over Sparkle?
Yes.
Yes.
Just been
Yeah,
just to make sure.
Yep.
We have a $46 donation from Tucky Fried Chicken. Thank you so much for the $46. That went towards redeeming a ESA Summer 2025 event T-shirt. That has, for some reason, not gone to either our polls for decisions for future games, or indeed our incentive to unlock one winged angel for a future run. So you should find it on the Tiltify page. You can always add any donation, no matter how big, no matter how small, to the One Winged Angel bonus song for Theatre Rhythm. So yeah, please do add those in. But thank you so much for that generous donation. That has set us above $49,000.
Very nice.
So please do keep them coming. Thanks again, Tucky Fried Chicken, for your very generous donation. Back to you.
Yeah, I'm waiting for now in here to regenerate some energy. There we go. And I can start running. There is a lot of running in this level and pretty much no fighting at all. I mean, normally there could be, but yeah, we're just going to be strategically using Cloak to ignore all of the enemies. funny thing is I was considering playing this in Polish. The translation to Polish is absolutely awful. And there's many lines that are incorrectly translated. I especially like the one in an outro, which could be translated in some. Maybe I shouldn't mentioning it. Yeah.
Inappropriate ways?
Yeah, very inappropriate ways
Okay.
about entering, but in a different way. Yeah. So I guess Hagrid is going to be talking his nonsense in a kind of way, admiring what Seth are doing. This way. There is a jump in here, and then I'm gonna jump to the other side, and gonna kick the door, and then activate cloak, and go in here. Is it this level where I do a jump? Actually, I'm gonna go in here. Can I have a pistol? I'm not feeling right just running without a gun. Oh.
No, don't get shot.
Yeah, I think this is this is the level when you do one of the bit more annoying jumps, but it generally it is consistent. It is somewhat easy to mess it up. But in all of my practice, I haven't messed it up once, so hopefully I'm not going to mess it up in here either. So that's the first jump, and then that's the second jump. There we go. It's fairly easy. And now I'm gonna wait for a energy region again, and try and continue running. So after this, I think it's Dark Heart also. There is a speeding ticket, and there's a few how are these even called? Like the stations that check speed of vehicles, and if you sprint near them, you can receive a speeding ticket, which normally would amount to allow you to get an achievement, but this game released without achievements on PC. Thankfully, remastered, re-added them. Sadly, Remastered also fixed one of the tricks that we're gonna be doing in Corporate Collapse, I think. What's this one? Oh yeah, Dark Heart. There's not going to be that much in this level. It's going to be essentially first of me running towards the few kind of alien veins, and then I have to essentially shove a fist into them. And then we're going to be entering one of the structures, which is going to fail. I'm oddly running quite quickly out of energy. Has my upgrades changed or something?
Yeah, maybe you don't have sprint.
Oh yeah, mobility
Oh, yeah.
enhance. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you might have forgotten to switch it back before the long cut.
Yeah. I knew there was something wrong. Okay. So that should make it a bit easier. Oh yeah. There's gonna be a slide that I will attempt to do that saves pretty much no time, but it looks a bit cool. So in here, there's a slide, and then kick the door. There's a trick that actually I think we somehow completely missed when we were trying to reroute this game. In here, there's a C4 that we can pick up. And normally there would be a bomb that you activate. Pick this one up as well. But what you can do in here, it turns out, is you can place C4 in here. Somehow I feel like I missed one C4 now. Oh, and then once objective pops up, you can just blow it up, and that skips like 10 seconds or so.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, in somehow we just completely missed this, apparently.
Sure.
So yeah, this is going to be the first alien vein. And we're going to be going here. I think I'm gonna have additional energy regen before I go down. Okay, jump. You have to wait for Hagrid to stop talking before you can interact with this.
Coral ecology. Can we even doubt that these creatures evolved in an open
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Fantastic. So we have a $25 donation from Harvard. Not towards any of our incentives, but the message reads, "Watching this is a wild throwback. I am so happy I never actually ran this with these cutscenes." Corp and Rat Lab skip happened mid-January 2017, FYI. Love you, Swee.
Oh, well.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Howard.
There we go. Bit of history there. Thank you so much, Isaac, for the $50 donation. No message, but that has gone towards selecting the blue skin choice for Vengeance Hunters in our poll, and also starting us off in a very strong manner on our One-Winged Angel bonus song incentive. Time for a few more?
Yeah.
Brilliant. So, $25 from Givra. Thank you so much for that. The message reads, "I really want to play that song." Going towards One-Winged Angel. And yes, we all want to play that song. Keep those donations coming in. And finally, Nepeta has donated $10. Reading with the message reading, "I should have prepared some popcorn since we're watching a movie." And that's gone towards our Team Animals choice for Theatre Rhythm, as well as One-Winged Angel. Thank you so much for those donations. Keep them coming. Reminder, if you are donating $50 or more, then you can choose a name for one of our Digimon for the next run. You'll find that in the rewards tab on the left. Thanks so much.
I wouldn't exactly say that this is cinema, but
It
No,
is-
no, it's been confirmed. There's a donation and everything.
Yeah.
It has been cinematic, but not.
yeah, I guess they play everything nowadays. Okay, so this is gonna be a small quick time event after this cutscene. Very much, I would say, influenced by what was going on with shooters around 2010.
recognition, communication, exchange,
Supposed to.
the protocols.
Yeah, I had somewhere during this entire. I think I had a thought that, well, I completely forgot what I wanted to mention. Well, surely it will come back to me. So yeah, we're just going to be tapping F first. And then it's going to be left mouse button, I think space or forward, and then right mouse button. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's forward, left mouse button, right mouse button, left mouse button, right mouse, and then space to stand up. Gonna run. Don't you dare clap for that. Woo. So what's coming up is one of the scariest parts of the run, which is Semplify or Die. It has a skip that technically nowadays should be consistent, but I still in practice managed to miss it by a tiny bit. It involves hitting a trigger using your map. Also, you cannot ever get to this helicopter. Hopefully, well, if we're going to be lucky enough, we're also going to see how botched scripting for cutscenes can be. So in this cutscene that's going to play out, there is a chance that Chino is going to miss a shot, and that's going to leave one of the enemies alive, but I don't think it's going to happen. I've only seen it happen twice so far. So we'll see about the one on the left. Okay, he managed to shoot it, sadly. He's going to give us a revolver. and then we're gonna start running, and we're gonna pick up some C4s on the way and some ammo and weapons. But first, I'm gonna do a nice slide in here, and then jump to extend it, pick up. Oh, that didn't work. So that's ammo and a rifle, and there is a C4 that I'm gonna need for a pinger fight later. To be honest, I don't exactly like the name pinger of an enemy. I think at least Polish translation got it a bit better. So this one is okay. So that's a line that I have to hear, because otherwise I cannot progress. But first, I have to do a very specific jump in here. Come on, I need to be on top of this. There we go, and then need to jump up here. And then in here, and then do a jump over this. There we go. And then run. And I'm going to fall into a huge plane of water. Again, use the fast swimming glitch. And this one is very scary because it's like if I miss the trigger, then the level is just not going to finish, but I'm going to be left in slow walking section. So we'll see how this goes. I'm using mostly map to figure out where exactly I am, since the angle at which you're looking up actually affects how fast you're swimming. So I want to hit this for sure, and then I want to hit a trigger hopefully in here, and then I want to clip in bounds. So there should be additional puddle of water in here, and then hopefully I can get in bounds, and hopefully if I reach this section, okay, the level finished, good. That was really scary.
It's so convenient that there's so much water underneath the maps.
Yeah, it makes a lot of these skips possible. There's going to be one in here. This one is, from what I know, fixed in, or not possible in remastered version. There is some ways to actually get out of bounds. Well, more than one way to get out of bounds. I'm using a bit older version, which I find to be more, well, at least safer, and I'm just more familiar with it. So I'm going to go in here and do a jump to the other side. There we go, and then do a jump up here, and then up here, and then we're out of bounds. And there's going to be a checkpoint, a very convenient checkpoint for us, because if we mess up section out of bounds, then we have to return to something, and this game doesn't allow you to save manually, unlike the first game. So I'm gonna land in here and then use armor to reduce my fall damage, and then jump to the other side and do additional jump, then slide to the right, touch this wall, and then swim in here. And once I don't see the edge in here, I'm just going to go forward and jump. Okay, that looks good. And then do a few jumps, and I should be able to get in bounds. Come on. It's almost there. There we go. And then I can get in bounds in here. Good. So this skips another big cutscene, and we're going to be proceeding. There is going to be a pinger that is always scripted to hit us. Once the pinger hits us with kind of this circular spherical pulse, we are going to be completely out of energy, so I shouldn't be even saving any energy at this point. There is going to be a pinger hit in here. There we go. And then I have to jump in here, but I don't have any energy. Okay, there. So there is a setup, a nice setup for this boss fight, sort of. which involves using 4 C4s. That's why I picked up a C4 in the previous level. I need this. I need to switch. Can you not stand in here? That's not good. Okay, and that's not great because timing can affect this suddenly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and there you go. And that destroys him completely. So now I'm gonna go and pick up a rocket launcher and some ammo and kick a car out of the way. And then there's going to be soldiers coming in cars. There's going to be a line that has to play out. But then the rest of these lines has to technically finish, but I can do whatever I want. So, hey, suit guy. Okay, there we go. And now I can just get in the car and just have a bit of fun. So, and these guys can sometimes glitch out in very nice ways. Come on. Would be very nice if, because sometimes they can just fly into the sky and just so fun to see, but I don't think we're gonna get it, especially if he's standing like this. Oh well.
A small bump.
Yeah, a small bump. What's the next level? I think it's one of those where you just run through them. Yeah, trying to catch. So I need to pick up a few C4s that I'm going to need way later in the game on the level power out. Also, I made a mistake. If you're kicking the door, you actually want to disable the cloak to be able to regenerate a bit of energy. So, jump in here, deactivate cloak, just so once this animation plays out, you can get a bit of energy. Pick up C4s, and then pick up a green newspaper box, which we're gonna use to clip through the doors in here. There's, I think, 2 levels. Okay, there we go. So, go in here. Go in here. The fire actually can kill you in here. So what I was saying is, like, I think that we have 2 more levels coming before which we reach Terminus, which is a slow walking section where there is another game scheduled up. I'm not hearing you, Aris.
There's still some time.
Yeah, there's still some time. But if he wants to sit in here,
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a fight in here. That I'm going to just use this machine gun. Going to destroy this guy, and then use my cloak to hopefully, didn't exactly work, but hopefully they don't aggro on me. Okay. And I can just reload and wait for the doors to open. There we go. And there's going to be a fight where you have to destroy a heavy Ceph. But before they spawn, there's a few smaller enemies that you have to get rid of. So I'm going to be using this machine gun to, I think, kill 3 of them. Then there's going to be a spawn where I'm going to be using a rocket launcher. And then I'm going to be picking up a heavy machine gun, the stationary weapon, to get rid of the heavy. This is a slow walking section. So this one, there is another one in here. and then one more. And then I'm gonna go in here. 3. Wait for them to spawn. There we go, that's 2 kills, and then there should be a heavy spawning in a moment. And there is a trigger that after I kill this heavy, the button for the gate is available. So I'll be able to finish a level. So press the button, jump. The cars in here can actually kill you, so you have to be a bit careful not to touch them. And now we're just waiting for them to leave the level. And yeah, I think next one is Unsafe Haven, where we're going to be doing one of the most nastiest clips in the game. And then there's going to be Terminus, which is just a 4 minutes long slow walking section, where you will be able to see another game that we have set up in the meantime. Managed to hit the car in there. At least I'm pretty sure it's Unsafe Haven. Yes, okay. So this starts with a slow walking section. Typical. There is a trash bin in here that we're going to use, but we cannot pick anything up for now, so I'm just gonna push it. And then once it's available, I can pick it up, use the clip, use cloak so that enemies don't shoot me, and then pick up a green box and throw it up here. And then pick this one again, jump over this fence, go in here. I'm gonna get a bit of a energy regen and clip through this. There we go, checkpoint reached. These boxes can sometimes despawn, so I'm just gonna get a box that I need already. Set up another one in here. Then get this one, and hopefully I can clip myself to the other side and hit the trigger, good. And that's Terminus. And this is just a slow walking section. So once this starts and I reach the trigger in here, there you go. You can now switch to Ares again.
Oh boy, hello. This is the game that I've been trying to sneak into ESA forever.
You did it. You finally did it.
Oh, the DPI is great. Okay, RoboSparkle, what's your favorite SpongeBob character?
Oh, sorry, to choose one. Sandy Cheeks.
Yes.
Is that a relevant question?
Yes.
Unlucky. Whoa! So now I need the audience to count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I hope that was actually correct. Yes, it was. Perfect. Thank you. Oh, whoa. Very bad, very good. He is greedy for money. The story is that he sends you to kill everyone because they haven't played their drug debts. Except for Squidward, he does it himself. And then you're like, no, I keep the money. And he gets so angry that he transforms into this horrible spider crab, which I really don't like looking at. But
So this is still Mr. Krabs, apparently?
this is Mr. Krabs. Yeah,
I see.
At least I'm keeping it FPS this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot what else I was gonna say, but it's fine. I'm too tired. This was my actual submission for this, so I was only gonna do this. Which says a lot. You can 2-cycle this fight. I am not doing that. I am like 8 cycling this. I forgot how you do it. I think you butterfly click. Hold on, let me try. Like.
We have time.
There it is. Done.
Nice.
Wait, there's a cutscene. How much do you have left?
You can still go.
Okay, yeah, just look at
Just,
this.
just show
Yeah.
more.
Is there a cutscene during our mid
Yes.
cutscene game?
Yeah. Can we play something?
All right, we need
else?
to play. All right, someone rock up Minesweeper.
Yeah. I mean, do we have like Minesweeper? Do we have Solitaire? Yo! No, it needs to update. What do you mean? How do? Oh! Bandwidth. How long? Are you done?
Almost done, yeah.
Oh no, I want
Yeah, I
to play
don't-
Solitaire.
I don't
95%. Wait, hey,
What?
where's Solitaire? Oh, it's there. Oh, I can play Flash game. yes, I accept.
Yeah, I don't think we have enough time.
Whatever. There's no Solitaire in this, by the way.
Probably
Klondike, I don't know how to play it.
Well, yes.
I know the rules. I don't. How much time?
Not enough.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Can someone teach me this, please? Cut me off whenever.
Yeah.
When he says.
Well, yeah, just cut him off.
Yeah, now.
Yeah, thanks. Good night. What?
So there is a fun thing with this cutscene. It's like somehow when you enter the cutscene, just all of the first-person walking animations just bug out, so you end up in a state where it's like essentially
Sliding.
like sliding against the floor. And every time I'm just seeing this, I'm thinking about that meme sound of like scratching against concrete. But I'm gonna fix this by switching weapons so I can reload, and that reload is going to be useful in the level power out.
I swear nothing works in this place.
There is still a few lines that have to play out in here, and I actually lost. At this point, I got kind of lost with what's going on in the plot, because like there is this character Tara Strickland that got introduced, but she was apparently on our side, but then she was working for Hargreave. Okay, so back to actual run. I'm going to be picking up. Well, first I'm going to be kicking the doors. Then I'm going to be picking up a trash bin in here. And there is a guy in here that I might or might not hit, depends. Okay, that's fine. And there is a huge defense section in here, but it just turns out that there is a car waiting behind the door. So if I do a clip in here, go in here, then you can just skip that entire section, and it just plays the cutscene that would normally play out after the car gets in the middle of a level, after you manage to defeat all of the enemies. And there's a lot of drama in this cutscene because it's like 2011, that was a trend back then, which I never exactly liked. And after this, we're going to have a level which is going to require us to fight through quite a lot of enemies, but we have some setups to make it a bit faster. Okay. So, power out. I think at least. Yeah, okay. I always liked how this level looks. Even when I was playing this game for the first time casually, I thought this was very impressive, and I think it still has some like very interesting artistic design choices. Okay, no, my screen got blanked for a moment. There is the speeding ticket. Going to regen a bit of energy. I don't have to have the entire energy. I'm going to be picking up a machine gun again. And I have to kill all of these enemies in here now, sadly. So I guess I'm starting with you. Okay. This is a bit random with how they can behave. Because sometimes they can get into spots where it's really hard to hit them. Okay, I think he's dead. Okay. And 2 more. Then there's going to be additional spawn. And hopefully I'm not going to lose the machine gun. I'm going to be placing C4s in here. And then there's going to be a spawn. And then I'm going to place another one. And there should be another spawn. And I'm going to pick up this one and hopefully kill 2 enemies that should be on the other side. That's 1 miss. Okay. I think. Well, I missed both of them. Okay, but they still spawn in here. Okay. So there's 2 more enemies on this side now. I don't want to. Some of the enemies really like to rush you, and then they can make you drop your heavy machine gun, which is not great. Okay. Okay, I'm out of ammo. That's not great, but I have this just in case. There's 2 more enemies in here. 1 more. Are you inside on the roof?
I think
On the
it was
roof?
behind
Okay,
the...
yeah, behind the building.
Yeah, I think it's behind the building. Okay, and now I'm gonna be picking up C4s from the roof. 1, 2, okay. And gonna place them in here. 1, 2, 3. Gonna go into this building now. There's going to be few more.
Gonna be a struggle to pick them up again.
Okay, we indeed struggle to pick them up again. I want to place them before 2 enemies spawn in here. So 1, 2. I think I can use all 3 of them. Yeah, and then this enemy, and then there's an additional one in here. And then Pinger should spawn. And I just have to wait for it. That's where I place them, I think. Should be able to see them in a moment. After... Okay, that's where they are. And hopefully he's not going to destroy them. Come on, a bit closer. There it goes, and that's the entire fight done. There is a little skip that you can do in here, but I'm not going to be attempting to do it because you can soft-lock the game. And we're going to have a bit of a cutscene, sadly, but it's not long enough, I would say, to put a game in. Okay. There we go. There's going to be Colonel Barkley in here in this one. I always like this guy in there. Just like the animation is clearly done as if he's supposed to be laying injured on the ground, but they just put him in and just doesn't exactly fit. So there's going to be one of those F pillars in here, just breaking through the ground. Obviously, in a very cinematic fashion, there is all of these soldiers now pointing flashlights because this looks great. Isn't exactly safe or practical.
Colonel Barkley, I really
Oh.
must advise you against that.
And then there's going to be a few quick time events that I will have to do, but first it's going to be more of a cutscene.
Time for introductions. You're looking at an area denial
Yeah, I don't
bioweapon
exactly
beyond your
have
wildest dreams.
much to do for now.
Yeah, just sit back and enjoy the lovely cutscenes.
I guess we can mention that the main theme for this game was created by Hans Zimmer, of all people. It was a big deal back then.
But the system can be compromised. You'll need to climb it as you did the one in the hive.
Open up, please.
The spore blast is imminent. I estimate 20 seconds. You must complete
The pet
the
enjoying some
sequence now.
popcorn in chat.
Hmm?
The pet enjoying some
All right.
popcorn in chat, apparently.
Hold on there just a moment, son. If we built this suit anywhere near as well as I think we did. Cyclops 4, get down and get us loaded. Copy. We're coming down.
Oh boy.
I do remember though, like playing this way back, I thought it was like, oh, this looks so cool.
Yeah.
Like all the graphics.
I think this game aged actually pretty well in terms of graphics. Just the unskippable cutscenes are.
Spear, Alcatraz.
Like,
Watch
I would
the spear.
probably still. Yeah, I would still recommend actually people to check out Crysis 2, even if it's a bit infamous, because it can be quite a bit of fun with. It is more of a linear game than first Crysis, but it does actually allow you for some creativity, and I guess in a speedrun you kind of can see also how we use that. It is also definitely more straightforward game than the first Crysis, and fighting aliens in it is actually fun, unlike in the first game, which probably is going to cause a bit of hate mob now. I mean, let's be straight. These people are not playing the second part of Crysis 1. Okay, forward. Again, forward, and then we're gonna jump into a VTOL. And go into... yeah, I actually don't remember the name of a level. But it has some really cool script that we've managed to find really early on. It's actually fairly easy to do, but it's also a fairly nice example of how this game sometimes how sometimes this game handles loading chunks of a level. So first off, they're going to be dropping us from VTOL in here, straight into the water.
We took a lot of damage back there. I got multiple ruptures to the fuel lines, the pods too. We're bleeding fuel like a stuck pig.
Also boost, if you want, you can start setting yourself up, because you're going to be right after this level. And oh boy, that's going to be a banger.
Yep.
But it's going to take like, I think 2 minutes or so to finish this level.
I'll go as low as I can, but we're running on vapor here. Make it quick.
Oh shit, son of a bitch! 10 seconds. Let's go.
Oh boy, I see that preparation.
Yeah.
It's something. So yeah, I'm gonna be using fast swimming glitch yet again, but for now we have slow mode, so the game just slows us down in this section. I'm going to be swimming partially through this section. There we go, now I can go a bit faster. There is... I want to jump over this. There is, I think, in a remaster there's an achievement for completing this section in stealth. Go. So I'm going to be picking up a trash bin as usual and clipping myself through the wall, and there's pretty much not going to be any objects loaded after this wall. yeah, it's pretty much empty. But normally there's quite a bit of buildings in here, and I'm just going to follow this road in here, or what remains of it. It's going to be a section where they pretty much capture us, except they fail. And normally we would be locked in sort of in a garage, but we're just going to rush past it, and now the level is going to load.
Now, this should be
Oh yeah, there's going to be an EMP hitting us, which is going to deplete the entire energy. And now I will have to activate armor to be able to enter this room. If you don't activate armor, you're just going to die. And we're just going to throw this guy through the window.
the pipes to the river. I'll unlock the maintenance door and send you Lockhart's location.
There you go.
Now, move.
I don't want to. Maybe I shouldn't. Like, I'm pretty sure I know the term for killing someone by throwing someone through the window, but I'm not 100% sure if it's that one. So maybe I shouldn't. I think that I was correct then.
I'm opening the prism entrance
Okay,
now.
so this is going to end up again with a section where we get captured. And after this, there's going to be loading, and well, you can pretty much switch to Goose right now because it's going to be like 3.5 minutes of nothing.
Alright. Just making sure the audio for this game needs to be a bit loud. There's no audio in the screen right now, but that's gonna come as soon as I hit start. And it's gonna be a banger. So this is Savage. It's a game for the Amiga. God. Yeah, that's the right volume. Yeah, so this is Savage for the Amiga. I died. Don't mind. I'm just gonna run past all the things here. Yeah, Amiga. Interesting system. Had a really good sound chip, as you can hear, but it has some issues. If you looked at the start screen, you will notice that I turned off the effects in this game. That's not good. Oh, that's also not good. Oh, this soundtrack.
Yeah, the soundtrack is amazing.
But yeah, I have to turn off the sound effects because otherwise some of the music stops playing, and that's obviously not what we want. And this game is on a playlist that's called the Bad Video Game Music Playlist. I don't think it deserves to be there.
No, it's
And that's Savage.
Banger.
Yep.
Yeah?
Do you want to do the actual 80%?
Yes, I will do the actual 90%. I have to...
Yeah, because we have time.
So, the actual 90% looks like this.
Just going left.
I intentionally didn't do the correct strat because I just wanted to listen to the music.
Yes. Understandable.
So, Shu, do you want to do a run? It's easy.
Sure.
So all you need to do is take one step to the right and then just keep jumping to the left, and then after like 4 jumps you just spam left and right and
So how do you
press control.
oh, control?
Yes. So you take a step, yep, and then you just jump to the left. Just one step, yep, and then
I see. And then
Yep. Yep.
Ow.
Yep.
Ow,
There we go. There we go.
Hey.
And now you just spam left and right and hit fire, and eventually this will happen. Yes.
And then I do the same here.
Yes. Yeah, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you get used to it, it's like, yeah, not a hard run.
And then I do the same.
There we go.
Well.
Sweet.
Right.
If we have time, do you want to?
I don't think we have enough
All right.
time, though.
So many bonus speedruns. If that doesn't deserve a few donations, I don't know what does.
So yeah, that's Savage. Great game. I think, maybe.
Yeah,
I've never played it,
I
actually.
remember during our first Bad Games block, and I was doing my run, and you were right after, and all of a sudden the music turned on and blasted me.
Yeah. Good times.
Thanks, Ghost.
Yeah, no problem.
So, story so far. It turns out Tara Strickland was a double agent and worked for CIA, despite working for Hargreave. And managed to actually free us. So normally we were supposed to be skinned, as in our suit was supposed to be removed. The problem is, and I haven't mentioned this previously, when Prophet gave us his suit, he didn't give us the isolation layer between the suit and the skin. And what the suit does, it essentially digs heavily into your body and starts replacing parts of your body if you don't have the isolation layer. That's one of the themes of this game. So they had quite a bit. They would have quite a bit of issues removing it, and it would essentially end up with Alcatraz dying. But thankfully Tara managed to save us, and now we're going to go and meet Hargreave face to face.
I'll get up to the helipad and secure a transport. Bring him out and meet me there. We take him someplace we can make him talk. I'll stay on comms and keep you posted. Now go.
Hopefully I'm going to be using the energy in a reasonable way. Okay, so all the way up here, do a bit of a region, and then go. And hopefully don't get hit by this machine gun. Okay, fine. Gonna get rid of this guy. And this is the room where Hargreave resides. And he has... and he's constantly having his way of really dramatic speech. And there is the big reveal in a moment.
Crack the labyrinth, and you would at least expect to see the Minotaur before it kills you. Ah, well, it seems only fair. Come then. Masks off. I am here.
And that's the big reveal that he's actually in a tank.
Shocked?
And there is a weapon that we can pick up.
I'd revel in it if I were you.
And we just have to wait for this to get Panguska iteration, if I remember correctly. It's essentially a syringe.
It's been very long since I felt any of it. A century or more since my pleasures.
And then it's going to be second part of Masks Off.
I took the path.
And 2 more levels.
The cold
Go.
road to immortality.
And we're gonna be finishing Crysis 2.
I'd hoped to wear Prophet's
Which so far went pretty well.
on the weapons
Yeah.
he brought us, wear his armor,
Like all of the
labyrinth and confront the
the most dangerous tricks were pretty fine. So hopefully you're not gonna miss the last one, which is normally a run killer.
Prophet began.
And probably one of the reasons why some people don't exactly want to do runs. Because that trick just can kill a really good run. It has certainly killed some of my runs when I decided that for ESA I'm going to go and try and beat Corpse Flash's time, who is a good old friend and who has once set up essentially at that point a new world record for Crysis 2, but since then it had improved quite a bit. You can. Is that?
Yep. Nope.
Okay, then I guess we're not reading that. Fine. And then we're gonna have some few cutscenes as well later on. So that's the second part of Masks Off. We will have to wait for Bookshelf to move. And for Alcatraz to get up. And then we're gonna be evacuating.
boiler back to spring clean the old family residence.
In a way, I actually like the English version of this game. It has a lot of like really heavy hitting lines. Yeah, especially the one with which sadly we skipped with where we played Savage, where Prophet just gets pissed off and hits the table, realizing that Hagrid knew all along, and he played with Prophet and his entire team's life. Need a bit of an energy regen, but not too much because we're going to be kicking the door. So I'm just gonna regen in here. Okay, and now we're gonna be evacuating. Jump in here. Yeah. Yeah, Hargreave isn't joking. Everything is going to blow up in here now. Also, it's one of those levels where I really don't like, how they look. There's always something wrong for me about this orange light. Then a bit. Okay. There is a button that I have to press in here, and then destroy the window and go through it, and then I'm going to slide in here. Jump. Okay, let's just regen since I already deactivated the clock. So there's going to be elevator right at the end, a bit of one of those over-exaggerated cutscenes yet again, and then there's going to be a bit of a slow walking section, or more like a cutscene followed by a slow walking section, followed by a turret segment, which is I think the first in this game.
So a lot of cinema coming up.
A lot of cinema.
A lot of cinema.
Activate this.
I knew I should have planned a fourth speedrun. Speaker, time for a single quick donation?
Sure, if you want. I mean, you will have time later as well.
Hey, let me know what's best for you.
Yeah, just go ahead, honestly.
All right, we have $5 from Toby Guktzu saying, how many games can you fit in one speedrun? Yes. And that also goes towards the One Winged Angel bonus song. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is it. We promise you one speedrun, and we actually deliver 4.
To be honest, like, at one point I was also considering submitting a game with which I actually started streaming speedruns, which is Syndicate 2012. It's also kind of infamous game, published by Starbreeze. And actually no, published by EA, but developed by Starbreeze. And it's essentially like it has some really long cutscenes as well. One of them being right at the beginning of the game, which is I think 8 minutes long as well. I mean, no joke. At one point I managed to. Once that cutscene started and I started my run, I managed to just run to the toilet, or to the bathroom, take a really quick shower and return and continue my run.
I mean, that could be promoting hygiene, shower percent.
Yeah, but
obviously we'll just have to take your word for it. But yeah, no one's going to double check up. I was actually thinking when you said like 8 minutes, I'm just wondering like how long did the original Syndicate take? Because that had no cutscenes whatsoever, and it's essentially point and click.
Yeah, the original Syndicate, Syndicate 2012 is actually kind of a short game. I think normally casually should take like between 4 and 5 hours to beat. I think our run is now around hour 40 or hour 50 as well. But it has more cutscenes than this. Oddly enough.
Well,
yeah, more.
More games to play while watching cutscenes.
Yeah, I'm not submitting this. I mean, I could, but if I am, it would be nice to get some of the people who actually improved later upon my run. Who I think like the main two runners are Swedish actually, so maybe it would be easier for them to actually get in here than me. This level also looks pretty bad in a, I would say at least in a remaster. I mean, for me it looks bad. Like I don't know about you, but like, I really don't like this kind of lighting in games. So we're gonna run into the APC, and then there's going to be a bit of a tourist segment. We're waiting for Gould to get into the car. Oh yeah, this turret makes noise every time you move.
Oh yeah.
I'm in the car already. Get going. I think we had theorized some of the possible skips for this level, but none of them actually turned out to be viable.
I don't remember.
I think there was like a one where we were looking for a way to actually hit the end trigger quite early, and I think even there was some way to climb in some really specific spot, but
I assume the trigger is just not active because there's some other trigger we have to hit before.
Possible, yeah. I mean, you essentially like there's a turret segment in here. Right after this, there's going to be a section where we're going to be running into the elevator after we reach the higher floor. Wait a moment. Maybe this car is going to bug out, which is going to be interesting if it does. Please stop. Please stop. Okay, I don't think he will.
Is that bad?
Yeah. No, it's like it always plays out fine. Just sometimes he just stops, and then your APC just jumps into it, and then he starts moving again. Okay. Yeah. After we are going to exit the elevator, there's going to be a section where you have to tag one of the enemies, and then we will just be running to the end trigger, and that's pretty much going to be it. And then there's going to be the last level of the game, which is Walk in the Park, and which has one of the more annoying skips, as I mentioned, that managed to kill some of the runs, and also a boss fight that can be a bit inconsistent.
It's at least better with the newer strat, or new.
With my strat?
Yeah, like compared to what we tried to do like in the old days.
I'm not sure what we were trying to do in the old days.
Yeah, I mean just fighting them. But that was way back.
Oh yeah, the boss fight, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like there was I think ideas with like fighting it, and then I think I had an idea of using physics objects which can kill enemies, but it was very inconsistent. And I'm not sure who found it, but oh, you're going to see actually. There's a few more
Definitely
minutes
not me.
to go
Not
until
for this fight optimization.
Yeah, I think anything fight related was sort of just like whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
someone else is gonna figure that out. Anyway.
Yeah, someone else is going to do an actual fighting. We just want to break games.
Yeah, the people that will actually run the game will surely figure something out.
Yeah, because we're just routing games and we will not actually want to grind runs and optimize them. So, oh yeah, press the button first. I actually don't have to pick up those, but I might as well. Doesn't exactly matter. I'm waiting for an elevator in here. Classic ESA experience. There we go, and then press this one, and we're waiting for the elevator to actually get to the one of the higher floors. Not sure if it actually, no, it doesn't actually show which floor is it.
Have you tried the C4 in the final fight?
In which one?
In the final fight?
No. I don't want to try it now, no.
Oh, okay.
Why not?
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? Okay, so I'm gonna go in here. There's an enemy that I have to tag. There we go. Then I'm gonna go in here and wait for the doors to be blown up. Okay. Land on those and then run.
That was too close. That was...
And let me regen a bit of energy because there is one heavy in here that can easily kill you. But we actually want to skip it. We just, as long as we reach a trigger in here, this building is going to start moving, and then we have to jump to it. And this is going to be the end trigger for this mission. And we're gonna be proceeding to the last one. It's certainly an idea that they had with the Central Park just being raised from the ground. A lot of like interesting ideas, and also the lighting is pretty good with the to make it more interesting. RoboSpoke, do you want to read that?
Yes, I will. Thank you very much. Harvard, thank you very much for the $10. The message reads, "Truer words have never been said. Only suckers root to the horrible fights." Thanks very much. Keep them coming.
God help you all.
Okay. So this level starts with a bit of a helicopter ride. And after that, we're going to be running towards the end of a level and picking up another trash bin. But this one is one of the worst tricks in the game for a good reason. You're going to see why. And in the meantime, I can drink. Okay.
There. See that spear? That's got to be the central structure. Get us as close as you can.
So that's the objective that we have to reach.
Once you're in, the suit should take care of the rest. You'd rather take your chances with the nuke? This
I don't think we have a... Yeah, we don't have an auto splitter for this, from what I remember. Yeah, because I constantly have to hit a key on the keyboard when I was doing my runs. Not that I'm gonna be doing any runs after ESA.
You sure?
Yeah, no, I'm not doing any runs. Like, if you end up following me, sorry, you're not gonna see any Crysis 2. Okay. Well, weapon, and let's go. So I think there's some really dodgy skip that you can do in here as well, but definitely not marathon safe.
Probably some kind of climbing.
Yeah, I think it's like it involves some kind of boost and then climbing. Like, so yeah, I'm not doing that. Not that it's going to save that much time anyway. The one I'm going to attempt doing will, even if I fail it, I think twice. But hopefully I can get it on the first try. Would be very nice. So ignore the enemies. Then jump in here and do a bit of an energy regen for the next section. And go. And hopefully don't get hit. Then I'm gonna regen a bit of energy on the stairs. Because there's enemies behind the corner that I really don't want to hit me. And then there's going to be the skip. I'm going to get a checkpoint, and this checkpoint is going to be used if I fail the skip. So there is a trash bin on my left, which is good. Sometimes the trash bin doesn't spawn. It's a bit random. So let's hope this works. So there is 2 veins, kind of like in the Dark Heart level, that you would normally have to interact with, but you can skip them completely by just performing an object boost,
Oh yeah,
which hopefully is going to work out fine.
we have seen a few object boosts earlier, but they weren't explained at all, I guess. But
Yeah.
like,
Okay, that's 1 failed. Too bad. Yeah, that's
okay.
something happens.
Okay.
So yeah, sometimes you're just having, okay, the trash bin just didn't spawn now. Great, I'm gonna pick this one. Yeah, we haven't explained them because there were quite a few donations to go through.
Yeah.
But essentially it involves like dropping an object right in front of you and then jumping, and can actually boost you a bit forward and then sometimes a bit up. There is death trigger that I'm trying to avoid and essentially end up on that metal vein, whatever it is. Hopefully the second try will work. Oh, come on!
Yeah, this imagine being on a good pace run and then you have to
Doing
do this
this.
right before the end.
The one on the left that actually has spawned. So yeah, in practice I haven't had that much issue with this one. Although the last run I've done before leaving for ESA, I think I've actually failed quite a lot of these, but none of the practice runs that I had on PCs in here were like, I pretty much maybe failed it once or twice. So this is already pretty bad. Okay. Looks better. Oh, come on! Okay, that's not great. I mean, I could go for a backup, but we also have a fairly hefty estimate. And
Yeah, I mean the run's been going well so far, so
yeah, so it has to go bad somewhere.
Just
Yeah.
don't fail it for another 14 minutes and we're fine.
Yeah, like because the estimate that I had was there were a few tricks in before this that were a bit inconsistent, so I wanted to make sure that I never go overestimate. But come on, surely this will work this time. That looks better. There we go. So that skips that entire segment, but it can also kill runs, and it has killed many runs. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be picking up this weapon in here and using it to fight 4 of the enemies that I need to kill before the gate essentially at the end opens up. So that can happen. That is one of the lingering triggers, I guess. So yeah, I'm essentially abusing stealth kills, as in I'm stunning them with this energy weapon and then backstabbing them using a cloak. That's 2. Come on, one more. Yep, that happens. I love it. Stay in here. And then one more. Come down. Okay, so that's all 4 enemies killed. And then I just have to reach the final section and then do a bit of a quick time event. The quick time event is actually going to be lying to me that I have to tap a key. It's going to be hold the key. Also, there is a pretty funny translation in Polish in that section when Tara says "go, go, go," and it involves a swear word, and it's like essentially what you would say to someone that you really don't want to see.
Yeah, time coming up.
Yeah, time is on the last input, which is going to be spacebar. So one more, then forward, and then time's coming up in a moment. And time. Well, I was hoping that it would go slightly better, but it wasn't bad at all. It just the last trick pretty much went pretty bad. So yeah, that was Crysis 2. I mean, if you like cutscenes and having quite a bit of downtime to reach chat, then I guess I can recommend it. What I can definitely say, it was a really fun time routing this. Definitely more fun than grinding runs of this. So yeah, thanks Shu, thanks Harvard, thanks Mubrik, Zephy, Strife, and I think there's a couple. There was, I think, one more person that was involved in routing this.
Maybe? Ellie, maybe?
Maybe. It's been a long time, and I guess at that point I wasn't expecting that I would ever bring this to ESA. And I guess it was also kind of it got kind of like my last submission, where I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna submit Crysis and I'm going to see what happens, and like then I was seeing like games that got accepted and got Hrot, got Deus Ex Invisible War, and I was like, okay, just please do not accept Crysis 2. And then they accepted Crysis 2. so that was it. But yeah, oh yeah, big shout outs to Tech for dealing with this, and big thank you to Zeddy and Tyr for actually having time to talk to me about that donation incentive, and actually having a lot of trust to actually accept that donation incentive. So yeah, that means a lot to me. I think that's it from me.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you very much. And, well, I mean, you submitted it and DSA called your bluff. Thank you so much. Absolutely great runs. Really appreciate that. We're going to go on to an intermission now. When we come back, we'll be showcasing some Digimon and by the way, both naming incentives are still up for grabs, so please check them out in the rewards tab. Any other final shout-outs before we go, Sui, or anyone else?
No, this was my last run for this ESA. Well, so thanks everyone who was watching and who was donating.
Brilliant. All right. Well, thank you very much. Everyone, give it up one more time for Crysis 2 and Sui.